Cool. Good evening. And I'm so happy to see you all. And as I said, I always love action takers. And action takers, you can check through action triggers. You create an action trigger and then you see what happens. Particularly when you connect it with money, then you see what happens. I'm flooded with messages. People are asking why I'm charging 111 rupees, why even I'm saying that I will refund it. There are a lot of speculations, lot of thoughts, lot of ideas, but they are not taking one action. Ke paisa do rao. And then you see what happens. There were all the questions about 111 rupees. Good. So, as I said, this session is all about a topic called I am a failure. So, naturally, the topic itself is very, very exciting and attractive. Like as you all know, like I play with a lot of abbreviations. So, I'm actually thinking about coming up with a book on abbreviations. So, failure is my most favorite abbreviation. When I will tell you what failure is all about, probably you will never see failure the way you look at failure so far in your lifetime. Hi, good to see you, Romil. Would you mind coming on camera?
So I am here. Good evening.
Good. So let's take a quick snapshot and then I'll get into the session straight away. Okay. So here we go. Look at the camera and keep your eyes wide open. 1, 2, 3. Absolutely awesome. See, one thing I promise you tonight, that your thought or your perception about failure will completely change. Will completely change tonight. And when I'm saying completely change, it will completely change. You will never go back to failure the way you have thought about it so far. Okay. Now, before I get into that, I would like to ask you what failure is all about for you. आपके लिए फेलियर क्या है? जो भी है वो बोलिए. मतलब कुछ आर्टिकुलेट करने की जरूरत नहीं, कुछ मैनिपुलेट करने की जरूरत नहीं. एग्जैक्टली जो थॉट अभी इस वक्त आ रहा है, जस्ट स्पीक इट आउट.
There is no failure as per me, Pinaki ji. It is all about हम उसको कैसे लेते हैं, the way we perceive it. It might be that
with I. It's all about I. Your
yeah,
perception.
It's all about how I perceive it. Okay, for me, failure is like an opportunity. I feel whatever I have become as a person, professionally, personally, it's all because of the failures that I have encountered. So I have, as Thomas Alva Edison said, he failed 1,000 times. So he learned 1,000 different ways which will not work, which could not work to produce the electricity. So I take failure as, as an opportunity which teaches us to get better every day.
Fantastic. Yes, Romil, what is your perception about failure?
Failure is just like कि आप जो सोचते हैं या
मैं जो सोचता हूँ, मैं फर्स्ट पर्सन सिंगुलर नंबर प्रेजेंट कंटीन्यूअस टेंस.
मैं जो सोचता हूँ और मैं जो अचीव करना चाहता हूँ उसमें अगर मैं स्टेप बैक होता हूँ, वो एक फेलियर है. स्टेप बैक होने के बाद अगर मैं काम नहीं कर रहा हूँ तो वो वाकई में फेलियर है. बट अगर मैं उससे कुछ सीख के आगे बढ़ रहा हूँ, जैसे मैडम ने कहा कि हम आगे बढ़ना सीख रहे हैं अगर उस चीजों से, तो ज्यादा अच्छा है. बट फेलियर अगर मैं मानता हूं कि कोई काम जो मैंने सोचा उस तरीके से अगर मैंने नहीं कर पाया हूं, मैं उसको अचीव नहीं कर पाया हूं, तो वो कहीं ना कहीं एक फेलियर है छोटा.
Okay. Now failure is good or not so good?
It's too good.
Failure is good or not so good?
It's too good.
It is too good. And एक चीज और है पिनाकी जी, I always believe that it's not about you fail, okay, but how you fail defines you. मतलब, are you doing a stupid mistake or a basic mistake, not putting your mind and then getting failed, or you did not do a proper planning and you fail, then you are actually an idiot. But if you fail and you learned, you came out as a stronger person, then it is not a failure.
Brilliant. So replace you with I.
Yeah.
You हम तभी यूज करेंगे जब हम कहीं पे ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं, कहीं पे सेशन दे रहे हैं. Otherwise, whenever we are participating in any session, like whenever you notice, whenever I participate in any session, I share my thoughts, my feedbacks, my interpretations using first person singular number. है ना? क्योंकि ये आपके हिसाब से लग रहा है कि ये आपके लिए सच है. Whatever you are saying is true for yourself. According to you, this is reality. आपके लिए वही सच है, इसीलिए आप उसको बोलो, आपके लिए वही बिलीफ है. You believe it is this way. You believe failure is this. You believe whatever you are saying. ठीक है? So when you say that I, what happens? You actually get in touch with your own interpretation about whatever you are sharing at that point of time, and it is always and always beneficial for you. So जब भी आप ऐसे कोई ट्रेनिंग सेशन में होंगे जहां पे आप ट्रेनिंग ले रहे हो, मतलब यू आर एक्चुअली रिसीविंग, मतलब हिंदी में ले का मतलब देना भी होता है. So when you receiving training, when you getting an opportunity to learn something new, और अगर आपको पूछा जाए कि आपके फीडबैक लिया जाए, ऑलवेज एंड ऑलवेज स्पीक इन फर्स्ट पर्सन सिंगुलर नंबर, बिकॉज दैट इज द ओनली वे इट यू कैन मेक इट वर्क फॉर योरसेल्फ देन एंड देयर. Okay, good, fantastic. So I'm sharing my screen, and let's have a beautiful session over next 15 to 20 minutes, and after that we can take it further as we will get into Q&A sessions. Okay, so here we go. uh, uh, yes. So my screen is visible.
Yeah, now we can see. Yeah.
All right. So I shared about this last week, in last week, that why this is the screen I share, and I ask people, can you see it? You remember that? कि मैं यही स्क्रीन क्यों दिखाता हूँ और लोगों को पूछता हूँ कि can you see my screen? So this screen introduces me. So this is the best way to interact with people and even ask them, can you see my screen? The more the people, the more there's a possibility that people will get more time to read the first slide, because everybody is looking at the first slide, and before they could say they could see it, they actually read the slide. Okay, so this is actually the first step towards success. So tonight what we are discussing is, in fact, this is the 50th week of Tuesdays with Life Coach Pinaki, and I'm so proud of myself that I'm continuing it without a break every week, every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Okay, kabhi it was, I couldn't do it on a Tuesday, then I did it definitely within 24 hours on a Wednesday, but I never missed a week. That, and what I also do, I also put the date of that particular session in the slide which I connect on YouTube. तो यूट्यूब में जितने मेरे सेशंस है ना, उसमें आपको स्लाइड दिखेगा, उसमें डेट दिखता है, दिस इज द डेट द सेशन वाज टेकन एंड दिस इज द episode of the session. Okay, so naturally it's a big time for me, and we are celebrating the 50th week of Tuesday with Life Coach Pinaki. So here we go. What we're going to discover today is this. When I talk about failure, let us decode it. Let us decode it in a way such that it makes our life an amazing at every given point of time we think of failure. Okay, so the first letter F, I relate to it as fall. So naturally the failure starts with falling. When you fall, only then there is a possibility of failure. When you rise, there is no possibility of failure, right? You never say that I failed and that's why I rose. I'm not saying I'm rising because I'm failing. But so failing starts with fall. If I wanted to do something and I couldn't do it, and naturally the result is not acceptable, so I failed to achieve that result. That is what failing is all about. Failed to achieve the desired result, nothing else. Failure does not mean that I am not good enough. Okay, so let us decode failure in a completely new, dynamic, encouraging way. So F starts with, then for fall. So it starts with fall. As we fall, it all depends what we are going to do next when we fall. The best thing that you can do next is to acknowledge. That is FA. A for acknowledge. Acknowledge yourself. And you know what you need to acknowledge yourself for? You need to acknowledge that one simple thing, I failed to achieve the desired result, nothing else. So don't stamp yourself as a failure and acknowledge that you are a failure. वो नहीं करना है. You need to stamp the failure, about only one fact that you failed, like you could not achieve that desired result. That's it. And it is all about acknowledging it. I would rather say it is accepting and acknowledging it. It is not just acknowledge. Accept and acknowledge. दोनों ही करना है. So you fall down. Fall means you fail to achieve the target which you're supposed to achieve, the desired result. And the best way to face it is to acknowledge it. So acknowledge, हाँ ये सच है, I failed to attend the session. For example, I can say that I failed to start the session at 8 o'clock because I saw Romil join. So I thought हो सकता है कुछ लोगों ने अभी मैसेज देखा होगा, कुछ लोगों ने, बहुत सारे लोगों ने मेरे साथ all of a sudden connect किया. They started posting me messages in on my DM. क्यों करना है, क्यों नहीं करना है, ये वो 111. I did not reply to any of them. So I waited. Probably after all these people may sign up. I don't know if anybody else has signed up right now or not. Yet I took a decision, okay, let me postpone it by another 15 minutes, which is a purposeful procrastination. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a purposeful procrastination. I procrastinated with a purpose. And the purpose was to see if some more people can join. Naturally, Shruti, you signed up, and I said, okay, 8:15 तक जो भी आएगा मैं उनको invite कर लूंगा. So you signed up, I put you into the system, I put you into the group. Yet the point is acknowledging it. That is the activity which I did, it failed to acknowledge, it failed to generate more than one person by 8 o'clock to get into this system or to attend this session. So I will not consider it as my failure. I will consider it as a failure to achieve that result. What I did immediately, I changed the goal. मैंने उसको थोड़ा सा चेंज किया, चलो उसको 8:15 कर देते हैं. And I made an announcement also in the group only, so that people who have already joined the group, they can see that we are going to start the session at 8:15. So second thing is acknowledgement. Now comes I, FAI. What I is all about? I is all about investigate. Investigate. Exactly figure out what led to this failure. What led to not achieving the desired results. Investigate. Actually figuring out, the best way to how to investigate, best way to investigate it is to take a pen and a paper. You can take a single sheet, A4 size sheet, or you can create a notebook. What you can do, you can create a notebook of success. Rather, you can call your notebook a notebook of failure, my journey to failure. So you can create that notebook or uska title ही लिखो, my journey to failure, and imagine what failure is all about. We are falling, we are acknowledging it, and now we are investigating it. So this diary is going to serve as a very powerful tool for you. My road to failure or my journey to failure, because you are creating a new meaning of failure, and this new meaning will create a complete new way of interacting with the universe. That is what we are creating tonight. So every time when you hear this word failure, you will always be encouraged, because in your domain, in your thought, in your world, failure has a different meaning altogether. So you fall, you acknowledge, and then you investigate. Investigate means you put on the sheet of paper exactly where things didn't work. It could be about you, it could be about your capabilities, it could be about many of the will factors which didn't allow you to achieve that result. For example, you have to reach from A to B. Maybe it will take half an hour. But it all depends that when you are going to start. Because when you are going to start, that is the time it is going to define how much traffic will be there on the road. So whether you can reach there in half an hour, that depends on when you are starting the journey. So probably you start for office normally, say at 9 o'clock. On one particular, you started for office at 9:05, and then you are stuck in a traffic. 5 minutes is a big time during office hours, during working hours. It's a huge time. We are talking about 300 seconds. And during a working hours, during particularly those office hours, 5 minutes means 300 seconds, and 300 seconds at least new 300 vehicles on the road within those 5 minutes on the same stretch that you are going to travel. है ना, हर सेकंड में एक एक नया गाड़ी ऐड हो रहा है. So during those peak office hours, if you start even 5 minutes late, you are allowing 300 more vehicles to be in front of you. Now you investigated that is this could be the reason. That's why I'm getting the traffic. Okay, next time I'll start either at dot at 9 or best I will start at 8:55. So that even if there is a possibility of traffic during that hour, even and since I'm starting 5 minutes early, chances are low that I will face that traffic. So this is about investigation. FAI, then comes L. L is all about learning. You learn when you take action on what the whatever knowledge you gather. This I'm sharing in all my sessions again and again and again and again. You learn only when you act. You never learn when you collect knowledge. When you're gathering knowledge, that is not learning. Like investigation is all about gathering knowledge. But applying those investigation is what will lead you to learn. Otherwise, it will just remain as a knowledge. On a sheet of paper, it will remain as a knowledge. So naturally, the next step is to learn. Many people fail because they miss out on this step. वो गिर गए, फॉल हो चुका है. उन्होंने एक्नॉलेज भी किया, इन्वेस्टिगेट भी किया, लेकिन उससे कुछ सीखा नहीं. So what happened? You couldn't move further. आप उस एल पे आके रुक गए, वहीं पे आपका फुल स्टॉप लग गया या 3 डॉट्स लग गया. आप उससे आगे बढ़ ही नहीं पा रहे क्योंकि आपने लर्न किया ही नहीं. And they are repeating the same activity, fall, acknowledge, investigate again and again and again and again, and you are wondering what is happening. Wherever you are stuck in your life, you are stuck in your life only because of this L, the fourth letter, the middle letter of this word called failure. It's a 7-letter word, उसमें L एकदम बीच में आता है. Wherever in your life you are stuck only because of this one activity or this one thing which you did not apply. अब देखो, इन्वेस्टिगेट करके देखो, wherever you got stuck, it is only because of this. You accepted that you failed. You acknowledge that as well. That हाँ, मेरे से गलती हुई, मैं गिर गई. I didn't achieve those results, the desired results. आपने इन्वेस्टिगेट भी किया, क्यों ऐसा हुआ? And after all that, next day, if you're again starting at 9:05 instead of 9 o'clock, you didn't learn anything. आपका लर्निंग कुछ नहीं हुआ, है ना? Or even if you start at 9 o'clock and probably you are still getting the same traffic, but उस दिन हो सकता है कुछ लोगों ने डिसाइड किया आज हम थोड़ा जल्दी जाएंगे. So now you are saying, oh God, आज तो 9 बजे ही ट्रैफिक मिल गया. Or you will use some other pretty lovely words. One of them is SH-T. Many times we use this word. Okay, so observe that are you learning out of it or not. Otherwise, वो investigation level पे रह जाएगा and he will go back to F instead of moving forward. Now, when you learn FAIL, what happens? You understand. You understand this is the only way to avoid failure in future, or avoid this type of failure in future, or about avoid failure in this particular context in the future. Now you understand, you not only learn, you also got a complete understanding कि भैया तरीका यही है. भारत में एक मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटी में अगर 9 बजे के निकलने के बाद भी मुझे ट्रैफिक मिल रहा है, इसका मतलब कि यहाँ पे देश का पॉपुलेशन बढ़ रहा है, आबादी बढ़ रहा है. उसका इफेक्ट कहीं ना कहीं तो होगा ही कि हर व्यक्ति उसी टाइम काम के लिए निकलता है. So if I want to act smart, if I want to stay ahead of them, the only option that I have is to start 5 minutes early. That is the only way out. दिस इज व्हाट अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज ऑल अबाउट. तो क्या होता है, लर्निंग के बाद भी कभी कभी अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं आता. इसीलिए व्हेन पीपल फेल दे कीप ऑन फेलिंग, बिकॉज एल के बाद वो आगे नहीं बढ़ते. उन्होंने सीखा, दे लर्न कि करना यही है, लेकिन वो लर्निंग तक ही सीमित रह गया, वो उससे आगे बढ़ा नहीं, क्योंकि एक्शन ही नहीं आया. लर्निंग तक रह गया. आपने एक्शन लिया वहां तक सीखने के लिए, सीखने के बाद का जो एक्शन लेना चाहिए, जो कंसिस्टेंसी मेंटेन करना है, वो आपने नहीं किया. And that will come only when you understand that this is what you need to do. So what you can do, you need to have complete clarity कि क्या मैंने सीखा, सीखने के बाद क्या मैंने समझा. सीख तो लिया, क्या मैंने समझा, did I understand? Now when you understand, so हमने अभी तक क्या क्या किया, we fail, we acknowledge that we fail, then we investigated, yes इसी की वजह से I failed, then I learned from it. So when I took some action कि चलो आगे से मैं ये नहीं करूंगी, I'll start a little early. Now you learned. But did you understand? If you understand, then what you will do, probably that you will create a new way of living, standing and managing your life. Okay, I will start 10 minutes early so that I do not face traffic at all. My mind will be fine. I will be having peace of mind. I will not be in any hurry. And जब मैं ऑफिस में जाऊंगी, I will be inside my office with a cool mind, without any kind of health challenges, emotional challenges, mental challenges, or worries. This will show up when you understand. Okay, now comes the next thing. FAILU R. R is all about realign. Realigning what? Realigning your time, your energy, your attention, and your money. Realign. It's fundamentally realigning your mindset. And now you fell, you acknowledged it, you investigated why it happened, and then through that investigation you learned कि आगे से क्या करना है. Then as you kept on doing it, you learned, you understood that this is the only way to make things happen or keep things in my control. And as you did that, you continued it for some time, and eventually you realigned. Earlier you are aligned with that failure, now your actions are realigned so that that failure is not repeated. Like those actions should not be repeated so that it again results in a failure or results in a similar failure. Realigning is extremely important. जैसे learning important है, understanding important है, realigning is उससे भी ज्यादा important है. सिर्फ understanding से नहीं होगा. अगर आपको वाकई ही इससे बहुत बड़ा बेनिफिट निकालना है, you have to realign. Realign your thoughts, realign your actions, realign your emotions, realign your money, realign your attention. सब कुछ realign करना है so that that becomes your default way of living your life. अभी जो default already बन चुका है, जिसकी वजह से वो सारा failure आप face कर रहे हो, you need to create a new default and realign yourself with that new default. Interesting? Now comes E. Naturally, E is my most favorite. Okay, before I go to E, I would like to ask you what E could be. What is coming to your mind?
Enthusiasm, energy,
and courage.
Okay. In fact, most of the lovely words starts with E only. Exciting, excellent, excellence, encouragement. जितने words आप इसे सोच सकते हो, most of the words are all powerful, strong, powerful words. Okay, so I am sharing one E with you, and I'm telling you this E is going to transform you right now. It's going to transform you right now. You will never go back to your old meaning of failure anymore. I promise you. This E is all about evolve. इवोल्यूशन आपने पढ़ा है ना साइंस में, क्लास 7-8 में इवोल्यूशन. What is evolution? Evolution is discovering a creating a new species of life. That's how universe transforms life and creates a new species of life. You start your journey as an egg, as inside the egg. You come out of the egg as an embryo. You come out of the egg as a caterpillar. So you keep on eating and eating and eating and eating, and you grow bigger. And then you cover yourself inside a cocoon using your own saliva. You create a very strong shell around yourself, and you stay inside that shell for some time, under pressure, under darkness, under all the uneasy conditions, and then evolve out as a butterfly. So, surrounding yourself with your own saliva and creating a cocoon is all about creating the new version of you that you are already doing. You know? Your cocoon is like that failure. तो failure आपको आगे बढ़ने नहीं दे रहा है. Because you created a new definition of failure. You had your own definition of failure which said, okay, I am not good at this. I cannot do this. Because I attempted it, it didn't work. I attempted it several times, and every time I attempted it didn't work, so I cannot do it. I am not good at this. I am a failure. I failed to do this. ये आपका वो शेल है जो एज ए कैटरपिलर आपने अपने चारों तरफ बनाया. And probably God created this Tuesday 8:15 p.m. for you only. मुझे तो ऐसा ही मैं लगता है. God created this moment for you. जो स्ट्रगल आप इतने सालों से फेस कर रहे हो, अपने आप को उस कुकून के अंदर रख के, for whatever reason, God created this particular evening for you. God is telling you your time has come. You have already turned into a butterfly. Your time has come. You have already evolved into a butterfly. Just break the shell. Don't let anybody to break it, because if anybody breaks it from outside, you are gone. You know, do not need to take help from anybody. Don't need to cry for help from anybody. Because if anybody helps you, you are gone. You lose the strength of your wings. You will be out of that cocoon, but you can't fly. Because your wings are not strong enough to take you where you want to go. Don't let anybody to help you. Let people empathize with you. Take ideas from them, but do not take help from anybody. Don't let anybody weaken your wings. If you want to fly, you can fly only and only with your own wings. You cannot borrow anybody's wing to fly. This is what evolve is all about. You know, be proud. Be proud that you are a failure. Be open. tell anybody you are a failure, and this is the failure you are. This is the definition of failure for you. You fall, you acknowledge, you investigate, you learn, you understand, you realign, you evolve. So actually, every failure in your life brings this opportunity with it. If you really want to succeed in your life, if you really want to succeed in your life, just focus on being a failure. This is the only and only and only and only route to success. किसी भी चीज में सक्सेस तक पहुंचने के लिए रास्ता एक ही है, और उस रास्ते का नाम है फेलियर. Now, what do you need to do that? If you want to become failure, what you need? You need that mindset. You need that mindset to become a failure. So the only question that you need to ask yourself is, reset to get this mindset is all about how can I make it happen? This is the only question that you need to ask, because इसका आंसर आपके पास ही है और कोई इसका आंसर जवाब नहीं दे सकता. You know, all those 31 people जिन लोगों ने मेरे को पर्सनली डीएम किया with so many questions, क्यों देना है, क्यों ले रहे हो, 111 रुपए क्यों ले रहे हो, आप वापस भी कर रहे हो तो क्यों कर रहे हो. 31 मैंने अभी तक काउंट किया, उसके बाद अगर कोई अभी भेजा होगा, आई डोंट नो. And those who made it, they only asked this question to themselves. And I'm proud of both of you that you made it. You asked yourself, how can I make it happen? And you just did it. You should be proud of yourself. आपने आज अपने आप को ये परिचय दे दिया कि आप कैसे दूसरों से अलग हो. You actually proved yourself that you are not a part of the mass, you are a part of the class. You proved it. You don't need anybody else to prove it for you. You don't need anybody else to acknowledge or appreciate or accept it for you. Let them tell you that yes, you are great. कोई आपको बोले ना बोले, you proved it to yourself. You don't need anybody's endorsement. You don't need anybody's endorsement tonight onwards. And look at your watch. अभी आपके सामने जो time दिख रहा है ना, इस time onwards, you do not need anybody else's acknowledgement to prove who you are and what you can do. So the game is reset your mindset and make your life easy. Let us do a quick reverse. So to make your life amazing, you need to reset your mindset. To reset your mindset, you need to ask, how can I make it happen? And for that, you need to embrace failure. You have to be on your toes. You have to be always ready to accept your failure. You know, एक शब्द और भी आता हुआ है, failures. If you want to add that word S, I can add one more interpretation for that S, and that S is all about system. Systems fail, people don't fail. So you create a system such that it doesn't fail, then you will never fail. So if you are surrounded by failures, आप बोलोगे कि हाँ, I am not just a failure in one thing. I am a failure in many things. Because I created system out of all of those failures, and that made my life easy. That made my life awesome. And let us go a little back. So what we need to do is evolve. हमें evolve होना है. Evolve होने के लिए हमें realign करना पड़ेगा. Realign करने के लिए हमें understand करना पड़ेगा. Understand करने के लिए हमें सीखना पड़ेगा. And to learn, we have to investigate. And to investigate, we have to acknowledge, accept, appreciate that yes, I fall. I fell. So fall, acknowledge, investigate, learn, understand, realign, and evolve. That's what failure is all about. And for that, you need to have a mindset which will always encourage, inspire, and motivate you to ask this one question: how can I make it happen? जैसे रतन टाटा जी बोलते थे, भैया 1 लाख की गाड़ी चाहिए. अब मैंने बोल दिया तो बोल दिया. अब आप लोग सोचो how we can make it happen. है ना? मुझे फोर्ड खरीदना है. आप सोचो how we can buy Ford. मुझे जागुआर इंडिया में बनाना है. मैंने बोल दिया उनको. आप सोचो कैसे बनाओगे. How can I make it happen? And for that, the game starts with reset your mindset and make your life amazing. So with this, I come to the end of this presentation. I believe I could add some real value to your life. And I believe all of you are actually experiencing transformation as far as failure is concerned. So what do you see for yourself with all this new awareness?
So Pinaki ji, when you told me in the session, create a diary, my journey to failure or my road to failure. Okay, already in my subconscious mind, I'm already getting where all I have actually made mistakes. So I am already in the process of realigning my thoughts, evolving myself, understanding my failures, learning, get already in the process of investigating myself, acknowledging where were my shortcomings, and already what was the reason of fall. So I think all that process has already started in my subconscious mind.
Brilliant. Now start documenting them and then you see what happens.
I will do that today only.
Probably you can start writing a book. आप एक छोटा छोटा केस स्टडीज ले लो और हो सके कल आप यू कैन ऑथर अ बुक.
क्या रखो?
छोटा छोटा केस स्टडीज बनाओ अपने ही लाइफ का, जहां जहां पे आपने फेल किया, एंड इवेंचुअली यू बिकम अ सक्सेस, एंड देन यूजिंग दो स्टोरीज यू कैन राइट अ बुक.
Sure, I'm going to do that now.
It will be a book of original content. It's not being copied from anywhere.
Correct.
Sir, how systems works not to fail in any circumstances?
Yeah, normally systems fail, people don't fail. Sorry, normally systems don't fail, people fail. However, sometimes even systems fail. So you need to be very clear कि मेरा system कहाँ पे fail कर रहा है, so that you create a system such that it works for you. System का भी एक full form है, SYSTEM. S is set, Y for yourself. Set yourself free from, आगे का जो सिस्टम है उसमें SYT में S का मतलब स्ट्रेस. सेव योरसेल्फ फ्रॉम स्ट्रेस, फिर SYSTEM टाइम, फिर हो गया एनर्जी, और लास्ट में आ गया मनी. So that is what a system does. It saves you. वो आपके लिए ये सब चीजें सेव कर देता है, because it works on its own and you don't need to think about it. It saves yourself from SYSTEM, that is stress, time, energy and money. Good. Yeah, so Romil, what do you see for yourself now? First of all, just tell me honestly, are you feeling that transformation?
Yes, Pinaki ji, I can feel it.
Transformation. The failure has altogether a new meaning for you now.
Yes, we get a new meaning of failure actually. फेलियर हम हमेशा यही सोचते हैं कि हमने कुछ गलत किया या हमने कहीं मिस्टेक की जिससे हम फेल हुए, बट फेल हुए आपने एक नया मतलब सिखाया कि फेलियर में आप सिर्फ फेल नहीं हो रहे हैं, अगर आप उसको प्रॉपरली अगर डायग्नोज करेंगे उस फेलियर को तो आपको बहुत सारी चीजें मिलेंगी उसमें से.
अब इसी का फर्स्ट पर्सन में बोलिए, अगर मैं ऐसा करूंगा तो, so the same thing in first person, then it will work for you. क्या क्या होगा ना, आप कॉन्शियस हो जाएंगे कि मेरा सबकॉन्शियस सोच रहा है कि आप मैं अपने बारे में बात करूं.
नाउ मैं अगर अब कहीं भी कोई अपने टारगेट को अचीव करने में फेल होता हूँ, चाहे वो हेल्थ की हो चाहे वेल्थ की हो, हम कहीं भी फेल होते हैं तो हमें हमेशा ये सोचना होगा कि क्यों हो रहे हैं. अगर हम बात करें वेल्थ के लिए तो हम तो 100% देते हैं, मैं अपना 100% देता हूँ उस वेल्थ को कैसे भी कमाने के लिए. बट अगर हम बात करें हेल्थ के लिए तो रोज एक नया टारगेट सेट करता हूँ पर रोज उसमें फेल भी हो रहा.
I'll share this presentation with you, और उसको ना एकदम दिमाग में बसा लेना, ये फेलियर का यही मतलब है. Fall, acknowledge, investigate, learn, understand, realign, evolve. है ना. और इसको तो ऐसे दिमाग में बिठा लो ना कि आप कहीं पे भी जाके ऐसे लोगों को बोल सकते हैं. तो उसको दिमाग में एकदम बसा लीजिए कि फेलियर का मतलब मेरे लिए यही है. मैं आई डू नॉट नो एनी अदर मीनिंग ऑफ फेलियर, और फेलियर का और कोई मीनिंग मेरे लिए जचता नहीं, यही एक मीनिंग जचता है कि मेरे लिए फेलियर सक्सेस है. Failures are stepping stones to success. When you have this meaning of failure, जब आप फेलियर को ऐसे फेस करेंगे, then failure will be your route to success. मतलब every failure is a success for you, because with every failure you are evolving. Evolution is the success. Success is not about making money or having great wealth or all those things. Success is all about, did you evolve today as the way you wanted. वैसे भी आपका evolution हो रहा है हर दिन, because you are not the same person who you were a day ago. Even you are not the same person right now who you were 2 hours ago. So evolution is happening every moment. Whether it is in your control, that makes the difference. Yeah. Good. Now, if you want your 111 back, you need to let me know. I will refund it to you. मैंने बोला था कि अगर आपको लेना है तो आप मेरे को बोलना, मैं वापस कर दूँ.
Not at all, sir.
नहीं, I think this energy exchange should happen and there should not be any refund.
if I create a subscription program that every month you pay 111, or you can attend my Tuesdays in 8 p.m. session every week, will it be a profitable venture for you?
It is not about profit. I feel that, we are getting, we are getting to learn. And I think for me, knowledge and learning is supersedes everything.
So like, will you continue like that? So if I say that, okay, this is a subscription-based program and you pay 111 every month, and I don't need to remind you, you'll just do it on the first day of the month. Do you think it's worth it?
Yeah, it is.
I will do, sir, and it's worth it.
I will also do that.
Good. So अभी आपने जो 111 दिया, ये अभी सितंबर के लिए वैलिड है. So now onwards, Tuesdays with Life Coach Pinaki का जितने भी सेशंस होगा, उसके रिकॉर्डिंग सिर्फ उन्हीं लोगों को मिलेंगे जिन्होंने सब्सक्राइब किया. अच्छा थॉट है, अच्छा आइडिया है.
बिल्कुल सर.
Okay.
बढ़िया, बढ़िया.
Do you think that this is something that you should promote also?
In future it will create a group जहां हम 20-25 लोग होंगे. जब ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन तब आएगा सब जब हम 20-25 लोग आपस में बात करेंगे उस सेशन के लिए, और उस सेशन से जो सीख रहे हैं उससे जब आपस में हम बात करेंगे तो वो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन एक्चुअल में आएगा.
एप्लीकेशन में आएगा, इवोल्यूशन. You have to evolve.
Actually, Romil, I disagree on this because I was doing session with Pinaki ji and we were reading this book, 5 Types of Wealth. Okay, always it was like 4 of us, but it was lot of takeaway. So I think instead of number, it is the thoughts that pour in from different people. For me, I feel the number doesn't make a difference. It can vary for person to person, but for me, it's more about having a more interactive session wherein you have some good takeaway, whether there are 2 people or there are 3 people, that number doesn't make a difference.
Okay, Romil is pointing to that. कम से कम 2 लोग होना जरूरी है.
Correct.
अब 2 का 3 हो, 4 हो तो और भी बढ़िया. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I would request you now. I have a request. Request is that I want you to share your experience of this session in the group, and थोड़ा सा proactive होना है. Get one more person to subscribe for this program. Do you think it is something
I'll do that.
which is doable?
Yeah.
रिस्क मेरा है. उनको 111 रुपए उनसे लेना, उनको वापस करने का रिस्क मेरा है. आपको खाली उनको इनवाइट करना है. डू यू थिंक दिस इज समथिंग you would love to do? जबरदस्ती नहीं है, but it's all about you experience your connection with money, how you relating to this money thing. 111 रुपए के साथ आप कैसे इंटरैक्ट करो? What kind of thoughts are coming to you?
Sure.
Okay. So that's it.
Thank you, Pinaki ji. Yeah.
All right. Good night.
Thank
Good night.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Romil. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am.